What's up? Today is January 16th, 2020. This is the stand up. Oh, Jade's early. Oh, coming out the kitchen.
I'm cooking right now.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I was kind of sitting here waiting.
You were?
Yeah, because I'm like in the middle of cooking,
Oh,
so I
okay.
want to make sure my hands weren't like dirty.
Oh, okay. No problem. I mean, you can cook in the kitchen while we do stand up. This You're just using your brain during stand up, you know?
Yeah, very true.
What are you cooking?
Stuffed pasta shells,
Mmm,
some
delicious.
sausage, spinach, garlic.
Man, multi-talented out here.
I try. Because if I don't cook, nobody else will really cook in the house, so.
That's what my wife says too.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
we might be having Lucky Charms for dinner. Beta wanted my help, but I wasn't there. My bad. Just got back. Let me log back in here. Okay. Man, Bryant had to take care of his wife. Holy moly.
Is everything okay?
Yes. I'll let him tell you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of scary. But
Jeez.
I think he said that it should be all right. It should be good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, man, like life really just is, it's happening. Like life doesn't stop for Lambda. Like everybody's
No,
just still going through
no.
stuff, man.
Yeah, I just found out one of my other Build Week partners, he just flexed,
Uh-huh.
because he ended up in the Philippines with family, and the
Uh-huh.
internet was just way too slow, so he just fell behind.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was hoping he said he flexed or that he got a job, but he's, oh no, I was in the Philippines, just wasn't happening.
Dang. That's crazy. We have so many first world problems here. Like if we're buffering, like watching YouTube or something, like, man, are you serious?
Yeah,
And then like he's just trying to get through the curriculum.
yep.
That's insane.
That's how you know you're first world.
So when is your husband gonna cash in on those Bitcoin, man? Like then you could like get a chef.
He's saving. He also has other coin as well. He doesn't just have Bitcoin.
Oh, nice.
So he's trying to consolidate everything to see how much he has and if he can just pour it into Bitcoin
Oh, that's
to
what's up.
trade. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he hasn't touched anything for 2 years, so he has to see what he
Oh,
has left.
nice. That's awesome. Yeah, like when I got into it, I was trading on Binance, on Coinbase, and
Mm-hmm.
what was the other one? I used KuCoin too,
Sounds
KUCOIN. Another
yeah. That sounds
exchange
familiar.
too. Because there are some coins on there that you could buy that you couldn't buy on Binance. But Binance, you could
Mm-hmm.
get a lot of stuff though.
Yeah, you can. Where is everybody? They must be like deep in project mode.
Yeah.
Oh,
Danny.
hey Donnie.
Hello.
Did you get
Hello.
help?
Yeah, I just got
Good.
it taken care of. Like,
Your friend figured it out?
yeah,
Nice.
Cool.
he's like one of those genius coder guys. Like he learned auth 0 in a week and
Dang.
React Native at the same time. I know, but I just got it running like 15 minutes ago.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm
Very
very
nice.
behind today.
Hey, like what you guys are gonna end up doing for today's MVP is not even gonna be on the sprint tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, well, you guys have access to the sprint. We're gonna go over the sprint. We're gonna do a review session guided by yours truly, Kathryn. and Jade and Obeda and Tani. So, all right, let's take some attendance. Bryant may or may not be here. His wife got into an accident, and he's taking care of her. So, dang, it's 7:18 already. All right, let's get this show started. Let's start with Jade coming fresh from the kitchen. 60-second breakthrough.
So my breakthrough actually was last night with yesterday's project. Thanks to Obeda talking about the routes and how to handle that, and then talking about where to print everything when he showed us his code, helped me actually debug my code. And there's also the realization that if it stopped on miner.py, that I should probably console log in the blockchain.py to see if maybe there's something in there stopping it from going. And so I was able to complete MVP yesterday for yesterday's project. So that was my breakthrough.
Very nice. Very nice.
Popcorn, Kathryn.
My breakthrough was that I realized that I had an extra character in my text file, which is why my IDs for my recipient had a \n, which was like impossible to deal with on my front end when I was doing with my IDs. I was trying to escape the character, like changing my user ID and all that stuff. So I spent like the last 45 minutes just like trying to figure out how to work away this. And then I was like, oh, let me just like look. And I was like, I saw my text file, there was like an extra line. And so I had in all of my IDs, I tried changing my IDs to like different things, and it would always have that N. And it was because there was an extra line. And so it was like always having that character, and then having tried to deal with that on the front end. I was just like, what the hell? Yeah, but then I just changed deleted that extra line, and now I have like IDs that are working. So yeah, but that was a breakthrough and a struggle. So I will popcorn Obeda.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a lot of struggles today too. So the solution that you had put for how you dealt with your error, it worked for a second, then it stopped working for me, and then it turned out that I kept mine on 6 zeros while he gave us code that was on 3 zeros, and so I was working on it for a long time. So I kind of just realized that the blockchain was obviously never going to match the hash because mine was working on 6 zeros, and he gave us code that was working on 3 zeros, which took up like half the day. And then the second part is the Create React app. that also took a while. And then once I got that going, right now I'm kind of stuck still because I'm not sure how we're supposed to validate that. I'm not sure how we're supposed to send a hash from the front end to the mine like we were doing when we were doing miners.py.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where I'm at right now. But outside of that, in theory, everything else is working, but I just can't send any. It just won't mine because the hashes are never gonna match.
I don't think you have to do. I think with the React app, I think you're just dealing with the one endpoint. It's just a get. I think you're just displaying data.
Yeah, well, but I mean, aren't we supposed to post to mine? Aren't we supposed to use the mine that we just made today?
I think we're just using the get to the chain endpoint. And then because we want to display like if someone has an ID, like how many coins they have, or like a list of transactions. That's in the README, I think. Hold on. Current balance for the user. I know, like
Oh my God.
a list of all transactions for that user. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were supposed to be changing the user from the front end. So like I have like a whole input where I can change the names and it sends it to the back end, and then the proof is supposed to change.
So what I did is I mean I can share what I have. I just have so far, if I change the ID in an input, it'll just like change the count of coins. So I have like a thing that's like going through, like pulling in the chain endpoint, mapping through it, then putting it in an array and mapping through it again, and then checking if like an ID that I have in state matches the ID of like the recipient on the object, and if it does, to add that amount of coins to tally it up and display that.
Do you mind sharing your screen, actually, Kathryn?
Yeah, hold on,
I think that would help. Thanks.
Yeah, I'll
So
show my.
Should I pop? Has everyone gone? I don't think Tani's gone, right?
Okay, yeah. Maybe we'll let Tani go first, and then.
Yeah,
I do want to see how you did it, because that's where I totally misunderstood what this README was asking us to do. It's all good.
Today has been a rough day for me. I just got access to the Create React app command. It wasn't working for 4 hours, and after many Zooms later and getting a bunch of different people to take a look at it, we finally are able to use it, or I finally can do a Create React app. So yeah, I really haven't done much, and I thought we were doing it the way Obeda thought, so yeah, so I have no clue.
So I'm thinking like, as things get more and more complex throughout CS, and there's just a lot of like miscommunication, or like people just need a little bit of clarification, and they can, like knock out the module for the day. What if we had like a game plan meeting where we discuss this kind of stuff together for like 5 minutes after lecture, so then everybody can go to lunch feeling good, knowing like what they're going to do when they come back, versus coming back and being like, just what the heck just happened, and trying to figure out what's going on. Kind of like going through like a Uber, but like just the understand part of that day's module. Like I'd be down to throw up a Zoom for that for 5-10 minutes or whatever, to make sure everybody's on the same page. If you guys want to.
I'd be down for that, because I was like, I reached out to my friend who we didn't parry today because we were just like making separate like apps and stuff. But I was like, what? I'm confused. Like, is this what they mean? Like, yeah. So I think I'd be down to everyone like touch base and try to figure out like what the task is. Because I know I was confused at the start of it. So yeah.
Just even having like even you and Obeda, like just chiming in on, just a few things on the repo from the README, like that clarified things for, people. So like something as simple as that. Okay, so if you want to just share your stuff now, Kathryn, we can go over what you did, and maybe that'll give some clarity for Obeda.
Here I can share. I'll first share my React stuff, just the code.
I'm gonna have to clean up so much code now. I'm so pissed.
You're okay. Don't worry. It's fine. So I'm just doing it all in one file because this is like, I made it smaller so it was cleaner. I'm just doing a use effect to Axios get to this chain endpoint, and then I'm setting that to state. And then once I have that in state, I'm actually mapping over it, and I'm just pushing up the transactions into a new array. And then because it starts out as empty, then I'm like, okay, well, if that exists, because like it's async, then map over it. And so some of the objects, like the ones that that are whatchamacallit, like the Genesis blocks, they have like their object with a length 0. So when it's something that's like greater than, they would have an actual transaction. And then I map over that array. And then if the user ID that I have in state matches the recipient, then I add the amount to count and then return count. And I have count initiated up here. So.
So
Nice.
like we don't really actually update the user. Like
So what they want you to do is be able to like change like the ID, as in you're getting the whole chain of all of the transactions, and you need to calculate like by like what user it
Okay.
is, like how many
Okay.
coins they have.
And everyone is gonna have 0 except Kathryn, because Kathryn's the only one that's the miner right now that's running
The
from
miner,
the
or you
backend.
can just like go and like change the ID in your text file and then mine some more coins to like a different ID, and then when you're pulling it in, like keep your server running, like your 5,000
Yeah.
running this whole time, and then like you can change that ID, and then you can have like people with like a different ID, and then you can like check like whatever.
Okay. Man. Okay.
Yeah.
This is
So
this
I mean, I
readme
can
was
drop
so
this
bad.
code. I mean, if it's okay with Tico, I can drop this code, especially to give people a like, because if people are
An
behind.
idea, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question. Why didn't you do a set?
A what?
Like, why don't you make trans into like a trans and set trans, like transactions? Why didn't you make that like a use state? Why did you make it like a set array? And then you
Just
put
made it an array because I didn't want to, because I tried doing like another thing of state, but then
yeah.
I was getting too many loops or
Okay.
changing, because whenever you change a state, it's going to do a whatever.
It
So I
resets.
decided to just put it in an array. Because if I update the state, it's going to cause a re-render. So every time, because like I'm looping through, it's like you're looping through like an array of objects which have arrays of objects.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like trying to like pull it apart. And I try to do like the two. Maybe other people can figure out a different way. I just did it this way. But
Could be like a last block maybe. You always grab the last block. It resets. I don't know. This is interesting. This is really cool. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
And I will put this. I have it all in one file, so I'll just put it in a snippet in the channel.
Thank you.
Hey, Tico, is it possible to like stop recording here and then do a new recording for
Sure.
like just that way it's easier to find
Yeah.
stuff in the videos? Thank you.
Yep.